Wolf,
We're
my
live.
man,
Yo, hey
we're
man.
here.
Yep. How are you?
I mean, I'm doing quite fine. I'm not gonna lie. I am super happy and like grateful for you being here. If I'm being honest with you, um, I'm. I mean, like Haxz is one of like the names, right? Like if we're just like being honest, like one of like the NFT brands with like the new wave of NFTs, like which actually like succeeded in making like a whole bunch of noise, right? So I'm super grateful to have you here, man. Like, how have you been?
I'm great. Thank you so much, and thank you for your kind words. Yeah, Hags is still a new collection, but it definitely made some noise over the Solana NFT space after maybe quite some time. Um, yeah, excited to be here as well. Thanks for the invite, man.
I appreciate it, man. I mean, like, you know what? Like, we're talking NFTs. Why not just like, if you're talking to someone new, right? Like, what do you want anyone like tuning into Hacks? Like, what do you want them to know about Hacks? Like, why should they care?
So, as Hags, uh, let me recap the history of Hags. Well, we minted out from zero point 0.1 Sol, and after that, we went to almost to 2 Sol, and right now we are around zero point 0.5 to zero point 0.6, so still 5 to 6 times more than the mint price. And what we did was we found out that rather than trying to do a mega big utility at first, uh, we should push entertaining things, staking, and then entering to raffles with your staking points.
You still there, Volt? I am not able to hear you. I think like we got like some technical difficulties a little bit. Ah, okay. There you go. Okay, folks, like Volt is like coming back in 2 seconds. I mean, like, to anyone who is not too familiar with hacks. Oh, there you go. Boom.
Yep.
This should
Can
be
you hear
better,
me?
Volt.
Okay. Is
There
my
we
voice
go.
okay? Great.
It's
So
awesome. Yep.
yeah, someone called me, and I don't know, it broke down my entire system. So I was telling that, yeah. So yeah, after that, we decided to give back some of our revenue back to our community, back to our stakers. And also, it created a lot of noise because we give back a lot. We give back right now just from our revenue share 330 Sol. So it's actually bigger than our mint raise. Like we gave even more than our big mint raise.
Dang.
And plus with the NFT giveaways, we gave like 3D gods, one galactic gecko, a bunch of hacks, bunch of goblins, bunch of medievals, and other kind of collections. And you were basically entering to these NFT raffles with your staking points. So we pushed these kind of mini entertaining projects before going into something big, and that's for the and that's like basically I believe this is what NFT space is. You need to keep things dynamic, you need to keep the community entertained, rather than trying to do something technologic, you know. But right now we are focusing on a poly market trade bot, also a perps trade bot for hacks, because we believe that we matured enough right now, and since we are entering into a bear market, rather than trying to do quick entertaining projects, we should do a project which generates actual huge revenue. So, and right now we are doing pretty good with it. Like, it's going good. Of course, it's not a 1 day job, but it's going good. And when it's done, we are planning to share some of its revenue with our stakers as well. So that's overall what Haxz is. And this won't be the end of it. Basically, we are adapting to the market. We are always finding opportunities. We are researching the hype and trying to adapt to it. And right now, the poly market is what's hyped. The prediction market is what's hyped. So we are trying to develop tools for that.
Okay, I mean, like that's super interesting, right? Because like that's always like the elephant in the room when it comes down to, I mean, let's just call it like it is, right? You have within NFTs, I would say like you have like several camps, but like the most like predominant ones are utility versus art, right? And
Yeah.
like that's actually like the part I was gonna ask you um about how the art positions itself compared to the utility. But before you answer, Volt, please, um, guys, like anyone tuning in right here, right now, just know that we will be giving away a Haxz NFT. Make sure you can still win, right? Make sure you follow Haxz. Make sure you follow the NFT cat and post your question down in like the original message, right? So, having said that, Fold, where do you guys draw the line, right? Like, so what at the end of the day, what is like my question more so specifically? What is the right ratio for you guys between um the art itself and the utility you're implementing by like giving a return on investment?
Yeah. So I can say 50-50. Uh, I believe in the NFT space, everything begins with the art. I mean, everything. Uh, it's crazy to comedy. It's not crazy to comedy. Because
Fault, sorry, like your line is kind of breaking up just a little bit.
now I'm getting some kind of strange
Take your time, man.
signal.
Like we're not in a rush. Full just dropped out, but I'm sure he will be back in a second. And when so, I will instantly get him back. Bear with us, folks. Okay, anyways. Um until Fold is back, um we will let me just like elaborate a little bit on the way there he is.
I'm back. I have no idea what just happened there.
Well, it's all good. I mean, like we're connected. We can like fix it like any time now. So like it's all good. Like we will keep on trying.
Yeah, cool. So I just also announced it with the Haxz community as well.
Nice.
Cool. So yeah, what I was saying, yeah, like the art and utility, like our approach is 50-50. At first, we focused on art, we focused on building a community, we focused on entertaining the community. And right now, since we are entering the bear market, we are focusing more on utility side to survive the bear market, to generate revenue, get liquidity from outside, and keep things running. And when we are entering to the bull market again, we will focus on the entertainment again when there is more money inside crypto.
Interesting. So, I mean, like, well, with this, like, you're calling, like, we entered the bear market, like, there's no hope for repair?
I think there's hope. Well, I'm expecting a huge bear market, to be honest.
Sure.
But I think bear market doesn't mean that NFTs are going to die. As
Mhm.
I said before, on bear markets, actually people focusing more on communities and more on connecting with people rather than doing quick profits. I saw many founders, mm, doing successful mints on bear markets.
I mean, like, that's the interesting part, right? Because, like, when NFTs really went, like, ballistic a few years ago, that was right, like, in the midst of the bear market. And also, like, if you're looking, like, technically, right, I do kind of feel that. I mean, like, how much of a bear market would you expect, right? I mean, like, we've capitulated for 2.5 years straight. Then, like, we capitulated, like, against the native currency to begin with. Afterwards, we capitulate, like, the native currency itself capitulated yet again. So I would not be surprised if we're rather close by the bottom. And also, like, if you're just like doing a sentiment check, right? We are obviously in depression, which is like the pre-stage of like the next markup,
Yeah, exactly. I agree on that. Definitely agree with that, man.
right? So I mean, like, maybe like I had like a question because like with like founders in general, like what made you guys launch on Solana at the end of the day?
Well, what made us launch here? So we were always Solana degens, to be honest, from the start. And I believe Solana has the best communities, especially for the NFT market. Like, Magic Eden started on Solana, Tensor started on Solana. And they started here for a reason. Like, people here are very ambitious, very excited, very hyped. I know things are maybe a little bit too fast, but I think it's a great place to start your project, your either your token or either your NFT, because there is, like, since it's really fast, there's liquidity inside. Plus, the communities of Solana are amazing. Like, they're always excited.
True.
They are always there. Like, when we look at the communities, for example, on Ethereum, I know that on Ethereum we saw a legendary projects like Bored Apes Club or other kind of legendary projects. However, like they were led by companies, like huge companies, not small size teams. So I don't believe that as a small team you can launch a huge successful project on Ethereum. Like, it needs huge marketing support and huge investment. But on Solana, you can do anything as a small team because things are much more organic here.
It's true. I mean, like, You know what's kind of nuts? Like, did you know that like the market cap with Solana NFTs is only in about like I believe 100 to 120 million, something like that.
Yeah,
What?
still, right now the market caps are low. Uh, I do see that.
Allegedly 63 million. I'm not sure if I buy that, to be honest with you.
Uh, well, changes from the perspective. If you are buying from an investment perspective, well, I don't recommend that. I don't recommend buying meme tokens or NFTs for investment. But if you are
Sure.
buying for fun, while you don't want to lose money, then it's logical, because no one wants to buy a rug or something which will go to zero, even if it's fun. So personally, I'm buying NFTs that I trust, but I'm not seeing them as investments because generally I'm not selling them. I'm just keeping them. It's for me, it's all about the community and connections. But of course, if I want to sell them, at least I want them to keep their value.
Sure. I mean, like at the end of the day, right? Like they're digital collectibles, and as one could like decide for themselves to basically buy Pokemon cards, I do kind of feel that Solana NFTs or like NFTs in general are in that same kind of spectrum, right? They're just digital, but like that's kind of it.
Yeah, kinda. Uh, well, to be honest, in the end, like crypto is based on speculation a little bit and hype. So it can go up or it can go down. But if the team is there and trying new things, then there's a good chance that it will go up again. So I think that's what's important. Like not the market cap, not the floor price. If the team is actively doing things, then I think it's worth a buy, not an investment, but you can buy it and you can hang out with the community. By the way, I think floor price not it's not only the floor price what's important. When you buy an NFT, you basically become part of that community, and you
True.
can use it for your personal marketing. Like let's say that you are developing a project, not an NFT, but maybe a token project. So, when you buy, like let's say you bought a Fuwok NFT, then you become a part of it, and you have the opportunity to meet a lot of meme token degens there.
True. I mean, like, it's actually kind of funny that you like we talked about like this part on beforehand, right? Because um, where do you draw the line when with like the things basically like the steps you can take and you cannot take in that sense, right? I mean, like um we talked about like earlier on the or you just said on basically like if you're developing things you can just like share it with your community, but like if you're developing an NFT, right, like where does like the IP infringement come into play? Basically TLDR, I've heard some rumors on a DAO of yours, which might have taken things like a little too far, and I just wanted to like touch upon that for like a brief moment.
Yeah. Uh, so first, I'm not against derivatives. Like, for example, I think derivatives are really nice for a collection. Like we saw a lot of Degas derivatives. We saw some medieval derivatives. And to be honest, I support that. It's something respectable. Like it shows that the collection is respectable and people are getting inspired by it. Yeah,
Sure.
it can be about doing some, quick profits. But yeah, this is crypto. It's acceptable. Well, on our sense, what happened is, yeah, we had a DAO, and they decided to open their separate socials, and yeah, we were okay with it as long as they were connected with Haxz. We assumed that it will be like that. Actually, we talked like that with them. We pushed those DAOs. We pushed their socials. We let them to join our spaces. We let them share their Discord links and Discord invites over there inside the DAO. We pushed this DAO a little bit extra because it was converting into something like Mickey Digots. Actually, it had that kind of vibes. But yeah, suddenly, when, because of that unfortunate reason, when I was away, yeah, I found out that it got converted into a private project separate from Haxz, but still keeping the same name, and also keeping the same narrative, where it tries to connect all of the rich bitch trades inside Solana. So that kind of narrative. And for me, it's not an IP. I don't know. Maybe it's an IP thing as well. But I think it was something highly, unethical, to be honest. In the end, so we faced that. That was the story basically, and you can see how annoying is that in the end. Like, if they talk with us, if the founder talk with us actually about it, we might be even okay with it. At least we can plan for it. It won't be a shock for us. We can find the middle ground. We can tell them that, okay, give us the socials, open new socials, find a little bit different naming, and yeah, we can help you guys. We are always happy to help our community members. We helped a lot of community members with their own projects. But yeah, I don't know why, but things moved south real fast on that side. So that was the whole story.
I mean, like at the end of the day, like especially these things can like be avoided if you just like keep like clear communication and like respect boundaries in general, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was definitely a boundary problem there. Like, you cannot like build a community inside a project, then separate that community while keeping the naming and the narrative same. It's while it's basically tricking tricking the founder. Like, if, for example, think about it, like if Mickey Digots DAO currently does the same thing. Like, they convert the Discord of Mickey Digots or the X account of Mickey Digots into a project called as Mickey's, and they're saying that we have this narrative now because we built this narrative. It will be ridiculous, right? But these people are like, not these. I don't want to say these people, but their founder actually believes that this is legit, and if Mickey Digots wants that, they can do that. So yeah, after he said that, I stopped arguing with it, and I thought, okay, man, it's fine. Let community decide, and I closed that topic, to be honest.
I
But
mean,
yeah, as I said, I'm fine with derivatives. Actually, I think derivatives are really nice for a project. The For the respect of the project, they're really nice. But these kind of actions, they're not okay.
I mean, like at the end of the day, right? Like that's kind of for you to decide, and I think like that's just like totally fair there. I'll tell you this much: like you cannot just like begin like these kind of things without consent, if anything, right? So, I mean, like if you close it, like all the better. I don't think like you guys are obviously doing something which is working, right? Like if you're basically making like some other NFT brand solely based on like a certain trade from a another NFT brand. But yeah, I mean, like, there's like other like brands out there which like started out as derivatives, for example, and who actually went their own way afterwards, and like that's like more commendable than basically just like yoinking the well, whether it's IP or not, like basically pretending to be a part of and basically surfing on someone else's narrative at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, man.
Right. um the next thing I kind of wanted to go to is like for anyone who is not aware of Haxz, right? I've heard of shards and rails
Yeah.
and art upgrades. Like,
Yeah.
what can you tell about that?
So let me start with Rails. Initially, Rails was the promised utility of Haxz. So at start, basically we were nothing. Like we were zero. We had zero connections. We started everything from scratch. And we minted from 0.1. It was basically an a cheap mint and a free mint, almost a free mint. But our idea was that probably we will have like 200 at max, like 300 250 members, that we can build a small community, a calm community, and we can focus on building this trade bot. But then things went otherwise. Haxz become hyped, has multiplied its price by 20. It becomes too soul, and everyone starts to talk about it. And after that, we decided that, well, rather than keeping things slow and focusing on a trade bot which will take probably 2 months to build, we should feed this community. Like, I think it's our responsibility right now. So we decided to release staking. We give people staking points. Then we released Haxful, like on-chain raffles, where we are constantly putting some NFTs, and you are entering to these raffles with your staking points. And we gave away a lot of really valuable NFTs there. Then we announced RevShare, where we are giving some revenue from the Haxful, some revenue from our secondary volume back to our stakers. Then, actually, there are some problems with the Haxz art that we don't like. And we decided to make it great. Like, to fix all of the problems, make it even cleaner. For example, the cleanness of the Haxz art is not very good. Yeah, there are really clean NFTs, but maybe more than half of the NFTs are very overcrowded with trades and everything is going into each other. I mean, the art is great, but
Do you
it's not.
mind if we like check it out, because like that way we can actually like have like viewers know what you're talking about?
Yeah, let's go to maybe to the floor. Let's go to floor.
Sure.
Mm, let's see. Yeah, maybe go to that snake trade, for example, that Joker and snake trade. It's down. Yeah, that one. For example, here you can see. Well, it's loading. Well,
There we
the
go.
art is great. The art is
Yeah.
amazing, but it's very kind of crowded. The
Sure.
snake goes into somewhere that we don't see. Everything is into each other. Too many colors and things like that. But overall, you can see the quality. But it's kind of a little bit amateur, and it's amateur, by the way. So we decided we wanted to fix that, and we decided to do an art upgrade, uh, to make the art is much more cleaner and much more professional, because we were heading to that way.
Sure.
To spice things up, we decided to make the art upgrade NFT based. So basically, you are buying NFT art upgrade capsules where you are burning them to upgrade your art. And it creates a whole different kind of economics, by the way. Uh, you are buying NFT to upgrade your art of the NFT and you are burning them. So it creates another free market going on there. And of course, all of the shards, and we call them shards, by the way, all of the secondary volume of the shards will go to our stakers. And that's the plan with shards.
Gotcha.
Uh, Another thing we noticed is there the stakers volume of stakers increased a lot. Like I think right now almost 2000 of the NFTs are staked, or maybe a little bit more than that. And
That's crazy numbers, by the way.
that's crazy. Like I
Yeah.
don't think no one ever achieved this kind of number on Solana on staking. And uh, people started to say things like, I want to unstake my NFT because not because I want to dump it, but because, I have a rich pitch, or I had a joker and I didn't knew that it was going to be this much valuable. So I want to sell it, then buy, you know, one more floor or two more floors. I want to do some trading, but I cannot do it right now. Uh, for that, we decided to make some of the art upgrade charts as special kernel charts, where if you use them on a stake NFT, it both upgrades your art plus gets you out from the staking. And the narrative there was like, guys, we are not afraid to release the staked NFTs because we trust our community. Like, I believe that you can stay still inside the staking. It's completely fine, but you can also get out from the staking, join the battle of the PvP, create some volume of NFTs, and you can show that NFT space is actually not dead and you can have some fun. Because if it was going to it how can I say it, with that velocity of staking, almost all Haxz was going to be staked in the end. And after that, what we are going to do, I don't know. We probably needed to extend the collection or something, but we didn't
Yeah.
want it. We didn't want it that. That was on the table for some time, but we didn't want it that.
I mean, like, that's like 60% or even more than, I mean, like 65%.
Yeah,
Uh,
around
being,
65%.
yeah, I mean, that's just nuts. And it's not that this is like the biggest collection to begin with, right? Only like 3.333. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a whole lot.
Yep. Exactly. The numbers are crazy.
Yeah.
No one expected this because when we released staking, we didn't give anyone any kind of promises. We didn't give any promises. We just released staking, and almost 1,000 NFTs staked in just couple days.
I mean, that's nuts. So, question. I mean, I'm sure I'm the first one to ask this, but like, is there like any timeline on like the art upgrades?
That's a good question. So before that unfortunate event that I faced,
Yeah.
uh, actually it was planned like 4 weeks ago, around 3 weeks ago, and we made an agreement with Magic Eden, by the way, for the art upgrade NFTs. But
Okay.
after that, I had to take some time. Then I wanted to release the trade bot, the Rails, first before the art upgrade, because uh, we were entering to a different kind of market where the dynamics are different. I felt like from ethics perspective, rather than trying to create some hype, short-term hype, let's build something solid first. Let people play with it. Then we can do the art upgrade. That's why actually I released the first version of Rails. Right now it's free to register and you can see the signals there. You cannot auto trade with it, but you can see the signals and you can do manual trading. I want to make it a little bit more structured and solid, maybe in the next week. Then I will go forward with the art upgrade. Like we don't want to rush the mint. Like almost all founders wants to rush to the mint to and get it done really fast. But I'm not like that. Like no need to rush for the mint. Like let's create something solid and structured first, then we can do the mint. Actually, this is really I believe that this is a nice perspective.
I think so too, because like at the end of the, I mean, like there's a balance in things, right? But first of all, like life throws like curveballs and like unexpected things happen, right? So that is what it is, and I think it only makes sense for you to like take a step back in order to like take 2 steps forward after. I do kind of feel that there's a balance in like pacing and quality, right? I think like both should be like good. But I also believe that it's better to release like a little too late rather than a little too early.
Yeah, I also agree with that. And plus, right now the Magic Kittens no more. So either we need to
Yeah,
find another launch pad, or we will going to mint them from our own website. So we need
I
to do some decisions there as well. But right now, I want to focus one thing at a time. And right now, over the next week, I want to focus on Rails and developing
sure.
Rails, make it more structured. Then, guys, the space. Suddenly, we will take our direction to the charts and to the art upgrade. And I know that many of you wants to, flip those charts, flip some NFTs, get some excitement. Half of the community cares about Rails, and half of the community doesn't give a shit at all. They just want to play with NFTs. They just want to, you know, get entertained, and do things like that. So I'm right now focusing on the community which wants to see Rails, which wants to see the utility. After that, I'm just going to focus on the community which wants to see the excitement, the volume, and the fun part of it.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I obviously have like some rogues myself, and I cannot wait to like see what you guys have been cooking. Right? Like, is the art done?
Yeah, art completely done. We
Well,
actually created all of the upgraded versions of the NFTs locally. It's in a Google Drive, and we also built the art upgrade systems for it, the backend, because basically we are going to upgrade the art of the NFT, and you will be able to toggle back and forward. So whenever you want, you can go back to S1 art, and whenever you want, you can go into the S2 art again, just like the DGods art upgrade.
that's
Uh,
interesting though. Like, sorry.
yeah, yeah. So we built that, but of course we want to make some tests for that too, which will be something easy to do. So after focusing on Rails for a week, uh, we will directly go into that.
Okay, that's. I mean, like, that's interesting. Um. So, just like a question here, right? Like, what are some of your favorite traits right here, right now? And more so specifically, what I find like super interesting with like some of like the traits um we'll see like in whenever that is, like in the next coming while with like the art upgrades.
Mhm.
Which traits would you reckon are having like the best kind of upgrades?
Well, there is a one single trait which gets a major upgrade, which is the Rome trait, that golden plate that you are wearing. That's
This
getting a major upgrade. Like right now, it's not very good. It's great right now, but uh, you know there are some problems with the text on it. There are some problems with the perspective view of it, and it's getting a major upgrade. It's looking super cool. So maybe you can open. I believe that there's one on the floor right now with the heat map skin. Yeah, that one. That one. Uh,
definitely not on the floor, but like it does look cool.
you saw that, right? There's a lot of ROMs right now. Yeah. So f- yeah, that one is a ROM. You can go down a little. Actually, there was a Joker Dome ROM there. Uh, yeah, that one. Wow. Wow,
This one?
this is yeah. So, for example, this NFT will be converted into something legendary. Like the Joker trade will get a nice upgrade too. The Rome will get a major upgrade. The background will be actually will get a major upgrade as well. So my favorite trades are currently Rome, Joker, and Rich Bitch because um,
Interesting.
I'm not an artist, but I still know how to draw. Draw a little bit. And personally, I draw the templates of them with my hand. Then I hand it over to our artist that I want something like this. Can you draw that for me?
Nice. Okay, I mean like so I got like a 1 out of 1, right? Um is anything like what can we expect from the 1 out of 1s?
They are getting some art upgrade too. Well, we are not changing their style a lot because we
Sure.
want to, respect. We want to keep the respect to the original artist. The art upgrade uh, get is done by another artist, not our first artist. So, in out of respect, we kept the style of the one-on-one same, but we changed the the drawing style of them, but the overall image stayed same. But the
Sure.
color plate changed. The lines are a little bit changed and adapted to the new art.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, like from like the collectability point of things, that's just gonna be quite sick. Um, now, I could not help myself, right? Like the haze background, it's I believe it's like the rarest background you guys have. Is that considered like a mythic trait?
No, actually, uh, it's not. It's completely RNG based. When we first minted out, we used hash lips to create our NFTs. And normally, each kind of should have the same probability, but still, since it's RNG based, I guess it's just pure luck there.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, I mean, like that's super interesting. I mean, dude, like that's like so much like excitement, right? Like the thing I really do like there's always again like there's always like the debate like should NFTs have utility? Like should they have like a locking mechanism? Should they just like be focused on the art? And the thing you guys like objectively do is that you focus on all of the things, right?
Yeah, we focus on almost everything at the same time. And of course, it's not very possible to make everyone happy at the same time. But
Sure.
yeah, we are trying our best. And right now, on the big picture, we are in a bear market and we are trying to adapt to it. And after adapting to it a little bit, we want to try to keep the excitement going on, where almost all of the other collections are in a stale position right now. They have just paused.
True. So where you guys are focused on utility, on art, on rev share, how does community come into play, right? Because like you said on how hard it is basically to basically please everyone at the same time, which will be like very hard if you're planning on doing everything at the same time,
Yeah.
right? But like how I guess like one thing you can do is to basically build upon the community, right? Like you
Yep.
can basically make sure that there's a place your community can call home within like the NFT ecosystem. How do you like where do you find balance in that? That's one. And basically how high on like the prioritization list would you guys think like the community bonding aspect of things matters in like the grand scheme of things?
So when it comes to NFTs, actually, everything is based on the community. It's not utility, it's not even the art, but the community. Everything is based on the community at the end. And what we are doing is, doing some entertainment, uh, releasing small projects to keep things flowing. That was our strategy. But as I said, right now our strategy is making something more structured and solid because we entered to the bear market. But when it comes to community, yeah, being active on the Discord, doing like at least 1 to 2 announcements every 2 to 3 days, how you talk with your community, how you approach them, it's all part of it. You don't want a community which only wants to make some profit over you. It will be
True.
the worst thing as a founder, as a project, because the moment you stop giving them money, they will be gone from there. You want to build something where people appreciate the the airdrops, they appreciate the rev share, appreciate the giveaways. However, they're not there for that. They're there because they like the art, they like the environment, and they just, on a maybe Sunday afternoon, wants to open their Discord and just wants to chat over the over the over the Haxz chat. You want a community like that. And for us, yeah, for some time we achieved that. For There are times actually we lost it, and right now we are doing fine with it. I believe we found balance on that side.
Would you agree that like um that most founders are losing on like the opportunity like right here right now um to basically have like these aggressive kind of like customer acquisition strategies, right? What I mean by this is we're obviously in the bear market, and a lot of founders like they do not want to like spend any funds or effort in marketing because they feel like you might as well not, it's a waste of time and effort.
Yeah.
But at the same notes, right, like it's also some kind of a opportunity to get in like a end tier hardcore collector space, which would benefit as well as the project as well as like the rest of the community. What's your opinion on that, and like where is like the fine lining, and how do you guys like um well, how do you
Yeah.
handle accordingly within Hacks?
So If you are only focusing on the NFT side, only things on the Web3 side, and you are not planning to, get out from this bubble, I think it makes sense to keep things a little bit more slow, however steady. Just like Digas are doing. They are doing regular raffles, but really special raffles, like raffles of real items,
Sure.
where they are keeping the community flowing. They are keeping the core community there and ready to launch something when the time is ready. But as Haxz, our aim is not that, because we are not structured, or we are not known or trusted as much as DGOTs. So, in order to survive the bear market, our strategy is actually get out of the NFT space a little bit by developing a trade bot and doing TikTok marketing for it, letting people buy it with their credit cards. So our aim is to not sell this trade bot to Solana community or to Haxz community, to be honest. Our main aim is to sell this to traders on TikTok, to people who are playing poly market. And there's a huge liquidity space there. That's our aim right now. And maybe after that, it can be something else. It can be building, mobile games, uh, and try to make money over it to feed our community. To so our aim for the bear market is get liquidity from outside to feed Haxz community, keep things flowing, plus entertain people. And in the bull market, where there is liquidity and excitement inside space, our focus is doing small projects like staking, raffles, and other kind of things, to
Mm,
focus on entertainment purely rather than getting liquidity from outside, but this time actually keeping liquidity flowing inside Haxz and getting liquidity from the NFT space overall. I think you understood my perspective there, right? I'm thinking both as a DJ, but also kind of like a businessman here.
I agree. I do kind of feel though that like if I'm being honest, right, that I think it's a good strategy, but I also believe that um I mean you're not doing nothing, right? I mean, like, we're having like this discussion, this interview, and I think like things like these are like really important to also like grow your own community with collectors, right? Like, I'm sure that people right here right now will be tuning in and thinking like, oh well, you know what, I kind of want to check out this NFT brand called Haxz. You want to like have exposure to potential quality holders at the end of the day as well, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Uh, on that side, we always want to keep our community too, because that's how we can kickstart new projects.
True.
So, like for example, if we launched Rails and we get like I guess 500 followers in just a day without doing so much marketing for it,
True.
that's purely possible with the community support. If, for example, let's say that we open a TikTok account for Haxz, and at least 200 people from here will follow that TikTok account, and it will help with its algorithm and such kind of things. So
Absolutely.
community is really important on that.
No, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, I mean, like, for sure. Like, I think like that it's kind of self-explanatory how you guys like adapt your strategy based on like which part of the market cycle you're in, and I think you got to do that, right? Because like we've seen like so many good names within like the NFT ecosystem, which basically just like went legs up after just like overspending, feeling burnout, feeling whatever. I think like with this way, like you're increasing your odds of being a step ahead of the market, essentially.
Yes, exactly. Well, feeling burned out is a real thing, by the way. Um Actually, I met with a really big collections founder, I guess 2 months ago. I'm not going to give their names, but
Sure.
they told me that, man, in the end, it's going to fail. And be prepared for that. Because everyone will keep wanting some new things. And in the end, even if you can flow the money in, your energy will be depleted. And you will feel so burnt out that you cannot work anymore and you will stop. And you will see that everything will suddenly start to crash. So I think it was a he was speaking from experience, by the way, and it was something interesting to hear that from him, because I noticed that it happens to all founders, especially on Solana. So that's the downside of the Solana, by the way. People want things,
Sure.
people want money, people want excitement in an unrealistic frequency.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I also experienced that, but I didn't get burned out, but I, faced a really bad life event. And I experienced that, like, things can go south real fast in just a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah.
Uh, yes. Uh, so I noticed that, yeah.
I mean,
So that's my take on burning out. So, well, you need to think. Right now, I'm keeping things more steady. I'm planning to keep things more steady, yet a little bit more slow and realistic, rather than grinding every day. Basically, at the first months of Hacks, I was grinding, you know, 24 hours every day, no weekends, nothing. I was just there and grinding every day.
at the end of the day, like you only have like one body, right? And one soul. So, you like it's a marathon, not a sprint, right? So you got to make sure to just like take care of yourself, right? Without you, no hacks, and that's just like the way it is. Think you muted yourself, Volt. Volt, you there? Okay, folks, no biggie. Let's just wait for him to get back. We had it at the beginning of the interview as well. He will be back in a second. Um, super interesting, right? To get like these kind of new perspectives. Um, let me just message him. Ah, there he is. Boom, there you are. How are you doing? Volt, I think you're muted again. Is that correct?
You know what? I'm muting myself because this static problem returned. I don't know why.
The
So,
connection is really bad.
well, let me check. I think I was connected to VPN and let me disconnect from that. Give me a sec.
Sorry, I did not understand you. Hmm. Anyways, and until Fold is back, like I think it's just like super interesting to see this many like basically ways of like handling business at the end of the day, right? Like so many NFT projects are solely art focused or are solely journey focused, like medievals, right? And it's interesting to see how um, Haxz at the end of the day really combines these things and basically all make some kind of a super mix, right? To where collectors are rewarded for their involvement, right? Where people who prefer to have like the utility play to get their vouch. I can only imagine how hard it is, but hey, like that's kind of what they signed up for, and it is working, right? Because like they shut up like what 10x in a matter of like a month or so. Fold, you there?
I'm coming in a sec. I'm just
Yeah,
connecting from a different part.
take your time. I think you're asking for more time. Like I'm sorry, like the connection is just really bad. I mean, first of all, like I do kind of feel that it's kind of refreshing to have like a utility play which is like vastly different from other utility plays like famous foxes where it's just like infrastructure, to where Haxz is very much like based on staking mechanisms, based on development on external infrastructure, which can actually improve at the end of the day their well, whatever their holders are, which could benefit their holders at the end of the day. um it's only me now, folks. I'm sure that Volt will be like back in like a heartbeat, and like afterwards we're going to like um round it off anyways. We do have an NFT to give out, right? So yeah, there he is. Volt, how are you doing?
I'm great. Yeah, I just connected from a different device,
All
and
good.
yeah,
Is that
it's
some of the
nice.
new artwork, by the way?
Yeah, I couldn't find
Wow,
my profile picture, so just
let's
uploaded
go. That looks
a
sick.
new upgraded art. So this is what that snake, cyber snake, gets upgraded into.
Dang.
The weapon is different. You can see that it's much cleaner art, and the style of the art is also upgraded. Of course, we love the RS1 art. Is what we created while we didn't had anything. But this S2 art is much more professional, and it's it was drawn carefully, slowly over time, from a much professional sense rather than a degen kind of rush.
I mean, like it looks cool. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so excited to have this, right? I mean, like allegedly NFTs are dead, but like we got 170 people tuning in live. We have like Haxz presenting like some sneak peeks of new art. How are you gonna tell me that like NFTs are dead? Like I think like it's fair to say that like there's still like so many like collectors looking for new projects to be a part of at the end of the day, right?
Yeah. So maybe that mega hype for the NFTs are dead, but the real collectors and the core community is still here. Uh,
Absolutely.
so they are still here, and I believe that, to be honest, bear markets are nice to launch your project, because these collectors are actually searching for something to collect, a place to connect with others. So bear markets are nice to built, and nice to build a community, nice to build for utilities.
For sure. For sure. I mean, like, man, like having said that, like I do want to like respect your deadline of an hour.
Oh,
Um,
thank you, man.
brother, maybe like because like there's a I selected like a question which I found the most interesting. Maybe let's
Yeah,
close off with like that one last question. And
you can ask more than one, so don't worry about it. I can spare more time. You can
okay,
ask more than 1, 2, 3 questions. Uh,
sure.
if you liked, you can ask them. Don't worry.
I love it. So let's maybe like start with like the one who won the NFT, right?
Yep, let's go.
Sure. Scuffy.sol, congrats. Basically, his question was when slash what and where is the origin of Haxz?
Wow, that's a really nice question. And yeah, he deserved that NFT, man. It's Scaffy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, congrats.
congrats.
So, how Hack started is we got the idea when there was the Solana was going through the meme coin hype. And almost 99% of the projects were rocks. And the community wasn't there anymore. Everyone just trying to catch up with the new token. Everyone was getting rugged. It was a mess. At that time, we also lost a lot of money as our team. And yeah, we decided to build a community which doesn't try to catch up with shiny objects. But then actually the meme coin hype died. And we also wanted to make a trade bot which can generate revenue from outside of the NFT space. So our plan was simple, on the NFT space, build a community, entertain the community, connect with community, and when it comes to liquidity, get the liquidity from outside as much as possible and feed our community. And yeah, as you can see, we are heading to that direction. So that was how Haxz has been born. And basically we were 2 guys at the start, maybe 3, 1 artist and 1 developer and me, but then the developer left. We wanted to build something long term. We want to build something small, but it didn't turn out small. We wanted to connect with people. We wanted to create the community and the project that we would like to see.
I mean, like, it's kind of interesting, right? That like basically meme coins stole a whole bunch of limelight at the end of the day from NFTs, and like within like the meme coin frustration, like the idea for a new NFT would like be born, right? Kind of full
Yeah,
circle.
yeah, Our initial idea was to keep people away from meme coins, train them on trading, and train them like calm, organized trading. That was our initial idea of Haxz. But yeah, it changed a little bit when it became popular. We needed to adapt to that and keep the things moving on. And also the meme coin market also dead, and no one was into them anymore. So our narrative changed a little bit from there. Right
I
now,
mean,
it's much more about getting liquidity from outside and feeding our community, and building the community and keeping the things ongoing, just as any other collection.
at the end of the day, like that's business for you, right? Like you have like some kind of an idea,
Yeah.
and you can make like all of the plans in the world, but like at the end of the day, like you gotta like be flexible with the market and just like adapt as you go.
Yeah, exactly. Well, my idea is to make, I'm speaking personally, make money over products. To be honest, with all of the giveaways and everything that we are going to do, well, we are probably not going to earn anything over Haxz and from the NFT side. And really, I'm telling this from a true perspective because I released the numbers recently,
Sure.
and we distributed almost twice the size of our mint funds. So, but I think the most important thing is the community, because the things that I'm saying, if let's say that the narrative changes and suddenly another hype begins inside crypto or outside crypto, and then you build a product, since you have a community under your hands, you can push this product way much smoother and way much harder than the other founders, and you can get liquidity from outside to your community, and of course to yourself too, because in the end you need to pay your bills. You need to, for example, pay for the AI models, you need to pay for the RPCs and everything. uh, until now I paid everything on that side from pocket, to be honest. So as you can see, I'm really speaking a little bit more different, and really maybe I'm speaking too honest. I don't know.
I mean, like, but you know what, dude? Like, I'm just being honest, right? Like, this is kind of why I think like these kind of like conversations are just like important, right? Because like a community or like community members might think like I want X, Y, Z, but like at the end of the day, um, it's just super interesting to also get like the other perspective, right? I don't know, like what else can you be than just like being transparent and equally have like good intentions for like the project, for yourself, for like the members, right? Like at the end of the day, like we all do what we deem best as long as there's no malintent, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. uh, it's important to have this kind of discussions, because inside the community, after some time, everyone expects a different kind of way. As I said, some people right now want us to focus on the rails, make the product solid as much as possible because they care about the utility. Some people wants to see raffles, wants us to focus on the raffles because they basically want to spend their staking points because they enjoy it, not because that they love winning, but I think they just enjoy it. And some people wants us to just stop everything and just do the art upgrade because they really want to see the new version of their hacks. But
Mm-hmm.
basically it's impossible to do all of this at the same time. Like, even if it was possible, it will confuse everyone, announcement after announcement, trading bot, art upgrade, and things like that.
Yeah.
Will be a mess. So um, we are trying our, like, we basically did a roadmap for that, a most logical roadmap, and we are following that to keep everyone happy as fast as possible.
And even then, like, you know what, like, for like at the end of the day, like you're never gonna succeed in like making everyone happy, right? I mean, like, look at DGOTS back in the day, like they shut up
uh,
like all the way, and but like historically speaking, whatever goes up is most likely to come down as well. So yeah,
of course.
right. I do want to close on off on one question, maybe. Maybe. And that
Okay,
would be,
let's
let's
go.
say, in a year from now, right? Let's say we would either be bullish on NFTs or sideways on NFTs. In both scenarios, when would you say that Haxz had like a successful year in hindsight?
I'm going to speak very honest. I think right now you shouldn't be bullish on NFTs or see NFTs as an investment.
Sure.
But I'm not I'm not bearish on NFTs either. I believe the collections which continues like Haxz or Bored Ape Soul Club or other kind of collections will be still there, will keep their values or will increase in value when the attention to NFTs eventually returns.
Mhm.
But not in a short time period, I must say. So that's the first thing. Where I'm seeing Haxz or what you can expect from Haxz, you can expect to us to try to get out of this NFT space bubble in terms of liquidity. Either maybe we can launch a developer company or a casual mobile gaming company and things like that, and combine Haxz with it and get liquidity from outside. So you can expect Haxz on that sense. We will focus on the community, plus we want to create a real continuous revenue stream which is not based on hype on or excitement, which almost all NFT collections are based on. So we want to
True.
get out of this speculation and hype and excitement and actually make money as a real company.
I
If
mean,
if
like
like
that's
if we minted Haxz maybe 3 years ago, we would probably didn't have this kind of problem because we would have maybe like $5 to $10 million in our wallets, but we minted in a really bad market and we minted
yeah.
from 0.1, so we basically don't have much, and like stopping is not an option for us. We need to find money, feed ourselves, feed the community, keep things going so we can be ready for the next thing.
I mean that makes sense. I'll tell you this much, Fold. Like I do have like a very different opinion with you. I first of all, I think you're right in the sense that you should not be buying NFTs for the wrong reasons, right? Like I think like you should like get them from like a collector's point of view. But I do kind of feel that like NFTs are definitely about to boom. I believe we are in a collector's boom right now, right? Look at Pokemon cards, look at like sneakers a
Yeah.
few years back, look at baseball cards, sports memorabilia. I mean, like Pokemon cards is definitely closer to a top than it is to a bottom, right? Like we've heard this so many times before, to where like Pokemon cards, it's only gonna get bigger, it's only gonna get this, only gonna get that. But like I do kind of feel that with like these messages, we are probably closer to a top than a bottom. And having said that, bless you.
Thank you, man.
Having having said that, if you're looking at like the technicals from NFTs against like their native currency, especially Solana ones, right? Like look at DGOTs, for example. They've broken out of their downward structure. So I would not be surprised at all if we're gonna see like some bullish momentum in the next year, actually.
Well, you might be right. It's really hard to predict these kind of things. Well, it only looks for one major successful project. Like let's say that unexpectedly a company or someone launches an NFT on Solana, and its market cap goes to millions, then we will probably see a NFT hype cycle. But it's possible because, like, I also, I'm speaking with other founders as well, and yeah, some of them are also expecting not a huge but a moderate size NFT bull or NFT cycle as well. So it can be, man. And yeah, I also believe that for NFTs, we are at the bottom right now. Let's give, like, we can say from the DGOT's perspective. For example, DGOT's is at the bottom right now. It won't go under these. So it's safe to invest at the moment. For any active collection, I believe it's safe to buy. I used the term invest, but it's safe to buy because they're not going to get
Yeah.
much lower than this. Either they will keep their price or either they will go up. But yeah, as I say, like, buy NFTs to be part of the community. And yeah, maybe keep your money stable there, but not for investment. If you are into investment, I think you can just buy, crypto from these prices, or gold, or things like that, or oil maybe. Oil price is going
True.
to increase really soon.
True. True. Let's hope that gets to somewhat of a halt, right?
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
exactly.
like, dude, like, I think like this has been like a fun stream. We got like nearly like 200 people in, which is like quite commendable, right? Like it's it's a Tuesday night. Thank you so much for taking the time. I hope that you had fun. I had like a ton of fun, and anyone in the audience, right? Like, tell us NFTs are dead, right? We are 195 people strong right here, right now, tuning in live.
Yeah,
I mean, like, there's clearly a demand for these things. Follow and engage with Walter Solana and Haxz _XYZ. Follow and engage with me at Twitter, the NFT cat _soul, and youtube.com / at the NFT cat. Any closing words, Fold?
well, definitely NFT space is not dead, and this won't be our last rodeo. There will be more. We are at the bottom, so the core community is still here. Everything on the NFTs are still here, and there's a good chance that we will see more and more cycles, especially for NFTs and for crypto. Well, thanks for everyone who tuned in. I'm really grateful for everyone. And NFT Cat, I really like this show, by the way. I really like your style. It's
Appreciate it.
amazing. What you are doing for the amazing NFTs is amazing.
You're too kind, and thank you so much. We keep on moving forward, my friend.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Take care.
Take care. Thank you guys for tuning in. On to the next
Thank
one.
you, everyone. Yeah, see you guys.